Yeah, that is absolutely a Millennium Jade Nur. MSpec Nur. This is an 02 Millennium Jade MSpec Nur, the second one in the US. And today, on Mic'd Up, we are going to have the enjoyable fun of going over this build and the pleasure of hearing this beautiful machine. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevan. I am your host here on Third Pedal Media. This is an episode of Mic'd Up where we find some awesome builds that has some cool sounds, throw some mics on the cars, and just let them rip. This particular, I don't know if it's, what do you call it? Just Millennium Jade, what do you call it for short? Something like this. You can't just call it an R34 because it's just not an R34. You call it an MJ, you call it a Nur, you call it an MSpec. I don't know what you call it. You just call it badass. This recently came over to the States. There's a number of things that the owner has planned. Let's go ahead and get with him, discuss what the car has on it right now, how he got it, and the future plans for it. So ladies and gentlemen, we have here Subhash. I will say this, I will premise this. Apparently he's also from Trinidad. So if we do start talking and my accent comes out, that just happens when I talk to brown people.
Certain brown people.
Certain brown people. What's up, man? How's it going?
Good, good, good.
This is a beautiful machine. This is a very special machine. What is it?
It is a 2002 R34 Skyline. However, it's the MSpec version, but also the Nur MSpec, which is a very limited production.
And that's basically different trims and features and stuff like that. So
yep.
I do see you have the leather seats instead of cloth seats.
Right. So with the MSpec, you get the heating package, a couple other different trim, different seats, different steering, a couple different things on the inside of the car. It is a build upon the V-Spec. However, with the Nur, that adds some performance features. So specifically the N1 head and block, pistons, crank, oil pump, all that's specific to the N1 RB26 engine.
And the N1 is a very small, I guess, race options from Nissan itself.
Correct.
Homologation and all that kind of stuff. It's a beautiful rabbit hole if you guys want to just Google that and go down that rabbit hole. But first of all, let's go over the car, what it is. We go over a few different things. First of all, it appears that you have the
Z-Tune.
The Z-Tune kit in front. Is this original factory Z-Tune?
Yep, original Nissan Nismo Z-Tune. So it's the fenders, the hood is R-Tune, the bumper, as well as the skirts, the wheel arches, the little spats at the back, all those are specifically the Z-Tune kit.
That's nice. I really do like how there's this center vent, and you'll see, I'll probably overlay it in the video, when we have the hood open, there's some side channeling to help pull and evacuate the air from the side fenders through this channel out this vent. It's really cool. What's the suspension, wheels, and tires on this?
All right, so the wheels specifically is the Nismo LMGT4s. They were built, the special edition with the engraved Nismo in it. They were built for the R34. It's 18, 10.5 all the way around, plus 15 offset. The suspension is the Öhlins, same as what you get on a club spec build, is the exact same on all four corners. The brake setup is a AP Racing big brake kit with a floating two-piece rotor front and back.
That is very nice looking right there. It fills the wheel really well. Let's go ahead and open the hood. Let's just take a look at the crown jewel itself, the RB. One thing I will say about this car is that the previous owner loved HKS. And he pretty much took like a damn catalog of HKS parts and just threw that catalog at this car. Because it's just HKS, 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 HKS. It's pretty cool. But let you go in detail what we have under here and what are we seeing.
Yeah, I like to start it off. The previous owner was a collector, and he would drive his cars. So he also owned a Z-Tune, and he would trailer his cars to the track and driving on a track. It wasn't really driven on a road, but he was really interested on the driving experience, the feel of the car, not necessarily big power. So the car is built really for response. So you'll feel a very smooth power coming on throughout the RPM range. So as far as the car itself, the engine, there's the HKS VCAM Step 1, the HKS GT3 SS turbos, the Nismo intake with the HKS inlet pipes, coming over to the HKS intercooler, all the way up to this is a stock RB manifold.
Well, I see there's like a HKS J pipe there too.
Yep, all the HKS inlet pipe. Yeah. There's also a HKS super sequential blow-off valve.
Okay.
And he put it right here.
Right in the outside, yeah, I can see
so
right.
So you can hear it really good.
Yeah, right there, yeah, I see it. That's cool.
Yep. As far as fueling, there's a Nismo fuel pump in the back coming up to HKS fuel rail. There's 2 feeds, so he's feeding, the original owner set it up as 2 inlets with 1 return with a SARD pressure regulator going back and returning to the fuel tank. All stock lines. As far as the boost control, it's running off the HKS EVC. Also the HKS VCAM timer control inside. When the car came over here, it was idling a little rough. It did have aftermarket coil packs. We went ahead and switched it out for the PRP kit, and since then it's been idling and running much better than we get it. The RBs are known for the coil pack failures.
It's also a standalone, right? It's an HKS standalone, you said?
It's on the VCon.
So that's pretty cool. I know there's not much support over here, which is why you want to go ahead and what's your future plans because of that?
Right, so as far as getting it road ready here, right now we've just been driving it, shaking it down, seeing what things that we need to adjust, change. So as far as the engine goes, we already have upgraded coil packs. I'm going to switch out the intake manifold to the Nismo intake manifold, redo the fuel system so it's flex fuel with ID 1050Xs, which is stainless steel internal injector dynamics. Replumb the fuel system with a radium fuel rail with on-rail fuel pressure regulator to kind of clean up some of that hosing that, you can see there's a myriad of hosing going everywhere. So hopefully that'll clean it up. And then for the engine management, we're going with the ECU, Haltech ECU, the 2500 Elite, which is a plug and play. We really wanted to go with the plug and play because the compatibility with the R34 chassis itself, so it maintains the MFD functionality. A lot of the other aftermarket standalones doesn't maintain the MFD functionality, and this specific car came with the Nismo extension kit for the MFD. So when you start it up, you see Nismo, but it also gives you a couple extra sensors. So a higher response, higher bar, map sensor, exhaust temp sensor, all that is with that Nismo extension kit. So I didn't want to do away with that and go with like a IC7 or anything. Yeah. I wanted to keep it looking stock, but also have the functionality, flexibility, and safety of the Haltech 2500.
Right, visibility, because although ADHKS VCon is it, right? It's a really great standalone. There's not much support over here in the States.
Right.
So it's harder to get details and logs and stuff like that. You'll feel a tuner for a couple months, right? And you can find a tuner.
Yeah, there's none in this Middle Tennessee area. Well, the 2500 is also a much newer ECU with a lot more capability, especially on the safety side.
Yeah, it does have some nice shutdown features.
Exactly. So that keeps everything running much safer, Plus, the Australian guys had a lot of success with Haltech on
and they know this platform.
Yeah.
Oh man, they know this platform.
Definitely.
And you want to keep the same mantra, responsiveness, or you want to bump the power up some?
I think right now I want to get it running as well as I can with the flex fuel and the new ECU, and just see how the car runs and performs. It might be great, it might be enough for me. I'm not looking for a lot of power, I'm looking for more reliability and ease of drive, so we'll see. It might stay that way.
Those HKS turbos spool, huh?
Yeah.
They sing,
huh?
huh?
Yeah. They're definitely responsive. And what I like about it is not this hard hit at a clean cut RPM. It's a smooth power band throughout the RPM range.
Okay. Let's go ahead and let's jump on the interior. Tell me what's on the inside.
Seats, steering.
So moving on the inside, I stole the key with his cool little fob. Let's go ahead. You want to jump in on that side? Tell me what we're looking at. So we have the factory cluster, but you said you have a Nismo cluster to switch out?
Correct. So this cluster will get switched out for the Nismo white gauges.
And this is, what is it? You call it the full version?
This is a multifunction display. However, there's a Nismo extension kit. So when you put it on your own position, you'll see boot up.
That splash screen?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And it gives you the exhaust temp, a higher, more responsive boost. So a higher bar and also more responsive boost controller. I'm sorry, sensor, as well as a couple other sensors.
Okay. And then that's the factory. It came with the factory radio, and you put this in, right?
Yeah, it came with the factory radio. It didn't have a backup cam, and the factory radio FM range doesn't really pick up
in the States, yeah.
in the US. Also, it didn't have iPhone input, CarPlay, any of that. So.
Just modernize it a little bit.
Right, who listens to CDs? So we swapped it out for this. This has a front and rear camera input, so the front camera is not hooked up. You know, I have a friend that's supposed to be working on it.
Whatever, shut the hell up. Anywho, so yeah, so that's the same. So it's pretty neat. There's this knee rest right here, and also on the door here. So it's some little creature
features.
Some creature comforts or something like that. But is this part of the MSpec package? Yep. Or it was a V-Spec?
No, actually that's a good question. I'm not sure if it comes on a V-Spec, but I know it's on the MSpec along with the heated
oh, that's
seats.
The seat switch there.
Right, exactly. Okay. And the V-Spec seats is a little bit different. It doesn't come with the leather insert in the middle. So that's specific to the MSpec as well.
Okay.
Same with the back seats.
Now this, I remember you telling me a story about this little button. What's so special about this little button?
Which is funny because I bought a whole new center console from Nissan to replace this because I didn't like that they drilled a hole in it. But this is actually a lap timer button. You didn't see it right now because it's not in the lap. But what it does, it's a part of the MFD kit, the Nismo extension kit, that when you're on the track, you can hit it and record your lap times.
So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, guys, that covers majority of the car. There is a lot of things planned for this, and we'll take you along for the ride. So don't forget, go ahead and subscribe. We have a lot of changes going to do. I'm going to help Subhash over here change a lot of stuff. I think the next things in line is we're going to put in the Nismo cluster, Hikus Delete.
Yep. Test
pipe for the exhaust. So we're going to get the exhaust now. We'll do the exhaust after. Speaking of exhaust, what is the exhaust?
Oh, so it's a HKS Turbo TI, not the titanium version. It's a stainless steel version, but it's a TI tip. But it's from the downpipes back is HKS.
Okay.
Now the downpipes itself, the turbo outlet pipes itself, it's Tomei.
Okay. And that's Japanese Tomei, not paper thin Tomei US.
Yep, not US.
Yeah. So subscribe. We have a lot of things planned for this car. I wanted to try and get a baseline video of it before we change it a lot. All right, what's up, guys? I am totally drenched in this humidity trying to get this car sweating. So not only am I going to fart in your car, I'm going to sweat all over it. Jeez. Let's go ahead. Let's get this thing started and let's see how this thing sounds. Nice. And it is a Jasma exhaust, so by American terms, it's not the wildest, craziest straight pipingest thing, but it is nice, deep, and it sounds great. It does.
I agree.
Yes. Hence one of the things too, one of the changes he wanted to make. Go that way? Left?
Yeah. is good too.
Straight is good too for the nice pulls, yeah. Alright guys, so we came to a nice little stretch of road that I frequent often. Has some nice little curves, so you can get some upshifts and downshifts. We do have to slow down a little bit, get this car out of our way. But one thing I did realize, the suspension, you haven't adjusted the suspension yet, huh? It is definitely spec and set up for Japan roads. It is stiff as hell.
Yeah, it is stiff.
It needs a little give for our
go straight.
to go straight, because it's definitely how it's feeling. It's feeling spec for our Japan road. It's not for our wavy little roads. You have to drive slow.
Yeah, I know how to drive slow.
You don't drive slow. The van is still right there. And then there's somebody behind us too.
Right.
We just follow it, and then on the way back, we'll probably, hopefully, we'll find nobody.
Like 1 or 2 cars on the way back.
Yeah. Oh, those HKS, this sounds so nice.
But you feel how smooth the power van is.
Looks like everybody else. Alright guys, so we made a big U-turn. Hopefully there's nobody ahead of us. We're gonna go through some back road construction. There we go. Have a nice stretch now.
What I don't like about hiccups is every now and then
The back will want to turn
it'll
out.
turn for itself. And it pisses me off.
That's sketchy.
Yeah, same thing on the S15. Good for you here?
Let's go straight since we have it open.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
Where was it at?
Right around one of these corners. Somebody scoop it up. Man. It pulls.
And that's not even getting on it.
No. You can feel the four wheels just digging in. There it is.
Ah.
You'll be able to get a nice pull from here. That clutch grabs. The subdivision right there. On top of this blind crest. Ooh.
The
Not that.
hell?
Yeah. See construction tearing up all nice back roads once again. Wait, slow down, slow down. Slow down, slow down. More. Right there. Hold on. There we go. Oh, go. I'm on the back road well. This doesn't sound like a classic. It's a super sequential blow-off. Is it just a HKS blow-off, or is it not the super sequential?
Not super sequential.
It sounds totally different from the old school ones. Sounds good though.
Yeah.
It's just
it's not recirculated. I don't know if that makes a difference.
No, the atmospheric one was the different, all the different. But it's probably too the little nozzle on the tip. There's like 3 different nozzles you put on the tip for 3 different sounds. It's cooling like nobody's business.
Yeah. It's super responsive, which I think is a good combination for the car.
Yeah. Just loving those PRP coils, huh? 25 years? Alright, let me get a good nice pull. Have you launched her yet?
I don't want to run it hard until we get it.
Haltech, yeah. So just do some nice little, just normal things.
Yeah, just mostly.
It just pulls you back.
Yeah, it's smooth.
That clutch is strong though.
Yeah. Nismo, couple of mix, twin disc.
I was giving you some shit about how you be riding that first, trying to get off. But that, just though, Jay, you didn't really shift that hard, and it still skips some tires. Composed?
Oh, yeah.
You need to adjust that.
I can feel it all the way up my spine. Is that degenerative disc is kicking in.
God, some gratuitous spooling and blow valve sounds. Well, guys, what do you think? We couldn't really pressure it too much. Like I said, we want to get the Haltech on board. We want to get some more login, just more visibility into the whole setup. Do some safety checks and some shutdowns with the Haltech, everything before we just go crazy in that while. We did bounce limiter at 8,500 RPMs. It's crazy, man. So if you like the video, if you love the sound, put in the comments what you think. Straight JDM build across the pond. The only thing really like we changed was just the ignition, right? Modifications wise. Yeah. Everything else was just like feature comfort, like the radio and stuff. So put in the comments what you think about this setup. It spools quick and it pulls hard.
Yeah.
And that's what I hope that the 510 will be. Just instant power, you know? So that was awesome. Once again, guys, this is Kevan from Third Pedal Media. That's Subash. Thank you for letting us ride along in your R34. But until next time, guys, you all take it easy. Have a good one.